Hello friends, so today we are here on our channel Tech Ardu, which is about Python learning and all other technical programs we are offering. So if you like our video, please like and subscribe us, and we'll keep updating with new videos, new problems every week.
We'll be doing in the Jupyter notebook. So to use the Jupyter notebook, you have this Anavant navigator that you have already installed on your system. So if you open it up, you're going to see a console like this. On this, we are going to open up the Jupyter notebook. So if you click launch, this Jupyter notebook will be opened up. So if you see the home page, it will look something like this. For the Jupyter notebook, if you want to start with a new if you want to start a new file, you simply click over here with new and you say Python 3. So a new blank notebook is opened up, and on this new blank notebook you can make your program. Whatever Python program you want to, you can make it on this particular console. So the program that we're going to do today is we are going to see what are the basic data types in Python and how you can take the input to these data of these particular data types. So for taking input in Python, you have the simple function that is called the input function. So this is the input function. And if you want to take an input, you simply take a variable, suppose a, and you say a is equal to input. So when you type this means that some user value will be inputted from the keyboard and that will be stored in a. And in Python, you don't need to declare the variables beforehand. So if you write a is equal to input, that means a will automatically, variable will be created. Now if you want to run this, just simply press this run. So see, it is waiting for an input. So if you give suppose 45 and we press enter, so this 45 has gone into a. Now if you want to check, just type a and you press run. So you see the value is 45. Now if you see something over here, there is a single quotes around 45. This indicates that this has become a string. So this input function, there is one more thing that you can add on to it is you can add a prompt into an input function. So if you write down a is equal to input and then you give some prompt, that means in single quotes or double quotes you can write down enter any value. So if you do that, and now if you run, so you see it is showing you enter any value. So whatever prompt you want to give to your user, you can actually write it in single quotes within the input function and that will be displayed. So now if you put down the value, suppose 23, so that value has gone into a. Now if you check a, now the value is 23. Now one more important thing in the input function is that by default it is taking the input as string only. So whatever you give, either you give numbers, you give floating points, like let's check this one. Suppose I give 4.5. So that has gone. Now if I check the value of a, it is 4.5. So again, if you see these single quotes mean that this has been taken as a string. So whatever input you give through the input function is like a string only. It takes as a string. If you want to check the type, there is a type function. So if you write type and a, so this is going to give you the data type of the variable. Now if you run this, it tells you it's an string. Even though we have given a float number, but it is taking it as string. So to overcome this, this by default in Python, the input function is implemented that it is going to take in string. But if you want to change it, that means if you want to enter integers, float numbers, boolean numbers, then what we can do is you can either typecast it. So for typecasting, you have to write, suppose I want to take an integer input. So I'll write int, and within int, I give the input function. So whatever is being input, automatically it is typecasted to an integer. Or later on also you can typecast it. First you are seeing how we can do it with the input function. So if you now run and you give some value, say 45. Now if you check the type of a, it is an integer. Similarly, if you are going to do it as float, now you can take it as Now if I give 4.5 and then I check the type of A, now it is going to show me float. So this is one way where you can explicitly typecast your input and you'll get the desired data type. But sometimes in your program you don't know that whether it will be an integer, a float, a string. So for that case we want the compiler to decide that based on the input you decide what is the data type that is to be used. So in that case we use another function that is called the eval function. So with eval function what do we do? B is equal to, suppose we write down eval and then we take the input, and suppose we want the prompt to be enter any value, right? Suppose we want something like this, and then we are going to check the type of D, that what the user has entered. Now we're not doing it explicitly, we're leaving it to the compiler that you evaluate and you tell us. Now if you run, it says enter any value. Suppose I give 4, then it tells me it is an integer. Now it is not giving me a string. Next time if I run and I give it as 4.8, 4.8. Now if I enter, it is going to give me data type as float. Similarly, next time again if I run it and I give it as true, so it tells me that this is the boolean data type. Similarly, if I run, if I run it over here and I give us some string values, and then it says it is an error. Why? Because this is not defined. If we are giving a string, we have to give it in single quotes or double quotes. So like if you run it now and you say give it something like this, now it tells you it is a string. So to give a string input, then you'll have to put these single quotes, okay, when you're using the eval function. If you're not using the eval function, then you don't need to give the single quotes. So this is how we take input in a Python program. In our next video we'll come up with some more programs. So if you like our channel, then please like and subscribe to TechArdu to learn new Python every day. Thank you.